Hello everyone. So today we're going to be doing an easy oil change on a 2018 Audi Q5 2.0 liter turbo. And we'll be using the extraction method. Let's get started. Okay, so for this oil change we're going to need a car to change the oil on. Since we're doing the extraction method, we'll need a extraction pump, oil, filter, and the hoses for the extraction pump, and then all the necessary tools. And I'll show you that a bit later. The good thing about using an oil extractor is obviously the best thing is you don't have to lift the car. So we just come from above, and if your car has a dipstick, which this car doesn't, but it has a little piece right here where a dipstick would go, and this is where we're going to be sticking in the hose to get the oil out. So in these cars, the oil filter is actually underneath the engine cover, so we're going to need to remove this, which I've already started. This is the engine cover. Just set this aside for now. And here's your oil filter. Okay, so we're gonna wanna connect all the necessary hose to the extractor pump. And then when we have that done, we come over here and we're gonna stick the hose through this piece right here. Again, Audi's made it pretty easy to extract oil. So we're gonna be taking it out of this little hole right here. And what I like to do is vent the oil while I'm extracting it. So I'll crack the oil cap right here, and we get some air while we're extracting. And extracting is probably like the longest part of the job, but it's worth it for not having to jack the car up or anything like that. Go ahead and feed the hose until it stops. So it feels about good there. So while we're waiting for the oil to drain, I decided it might be a good idea to change the air filter while we're at it. And the air filter is contained in this box. To change the air filter, we're going to need a T25 socket and just a flathead screwdriver. We get the box off. Alright, got that off. Boom. There you go. Only 10 minutes later. Looks like I picked the right filter. This Audi right here, but it says man filter right here. So there's your man filter. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like a direct replacement. And I bought this one online. I think it was like, it's pretty cheap. 13 bucks, I think. I don't think you'll find it any cheaper anywhere else. Twist it in. Top's in. bottom's in. Well, that was pretty easy. And luckily the screws just stay in place, so I just put it back in reverse order. And here's the air intake hose I was talking about. It just comes off. Just back off. You screw it on right here.
I need to torque these down very hard, just until they're snug.
I use an adjustable wrench like this to get the filter off. So I like to change the oil every 5,000 miles. Audi recommends 10,000 miles for this car. So I went ahead and did the first 10,000 miles and let Audi change it, and then the second, or at 15,000 miles, I changed the oil myself, and I used an aftermarket filter, but this time I'm going to be changing it with what is recommended, which is the man filter. And this is pretty much the same thing that they use from the factory, as you saw with the intake. So it comes with the little O-ring and the filter itself. So we'll just put this kind of, I'll leave it on this bag for now. I'm gonna go ahead and put the old filter in here. So the one I used before is just a Fram filter, which worked fine. Make sure you got plenty of towels hanging around. Clean up any messes. This is what they had at Walmart, so that's what I used at the time. It's kind of quick. And the O-ring is going to be right here, so you get like a pick tool to get that off. I'm going to go ahead and put the new filter in right now. Doesn't matter which way you put it in. I'll get a new towel and the pick tool. Pick this O-ring off. Oh, don't want to do that. So that just fell down there, but that's the old one anyway, so we'll just let it we'll just let it slide for now. It'll fall out in traffic. Don't recommend doing that, obviously, but I'm not gonna go fishing for it. I already had a fish for a tool. That was a pain in the ass. That's just an O-ring. It'll deteriorate on itself. So you get some of the new oil. I'm gonna put some of this on the new O-ring before we put it back on, for a little lubrication. Put the cap back on. Don't spill it all over the damn place like I'll probably do if I leave it up there. There we go. All right, it's as easy as that. Put that back on. So, whoever knows how to convert Newton meters into torques, go ahead and drop that in the comments. All right, let's get this hose out of here. So we got about 5 3/4 liters out of this. So we'll put about the same back in. Or 5 3/4 quarts. Make sure to put the dipstick plug back in. Six-liter mark on this. You can see that's kind of where how much oil we took out. About 5 3/4 liters. So that's how much we're gonna put back in. All right, so we're stopping. We're starting to get tight here. It looks like I didn't quite line it up with the green, but I'm not gonna tighten it anymore because it's pretty much hand tightened. This is plastic, so you don't want to go too hard on it, or else pretty much destroy it. But all that's left is putting the oil back in. So I'm using Castro 540. You pretty much find this anywhere, full synthetic. I'm gonna do 3/4 of this bottle, or this quart. About should be good. I'm sure there's a little bit of oil in there left over, so that's okay. It'll mix in with the clean. So after the engine warms up, we can just measure it and see the levels. Last time it said full. Since the engine's pretty new, it doesn't really burn oil, so it'll probably stay full like that. And that's pretty much it for this part. Put the cap back on, the engine cover, and then we'll move to the inside to reset the light. All right, to reset the light, we just push the start button without actually starting the car. We'll cycle through the menu. Let's see, where do we need to go? Vehicle. All right, vehicle service and checks. Service intervals. Okay, and there you see reset oil change interval. Click on that. Yes. And that's it. So you shouldn't get the oil service message anymore. Thank you for watching. Hope this helps. Like and subscribe if it does.